Hey, welcome to Social Dragonfly Tarot. My name is Eddie. If you don't know already, this is going to be my automatic writing channel messages. All right, so I do meditation and then I go ahead and just kind of, it looks ridiculous, but I scribble all over my paper and then I get channeled messages. Okay, so I'm going to share this with you guys. This is okay. You are not invisible. That is the biggest message that came out. I feel like someone is feeling like they just are invisible, like their voice isn't heard, you know um, like what their cause is not being respected, or like it doesn't matter what they do, or like their existence doesn't matter. Okay. And I feel like if that's you, if that's how you're feeling, I feel like spirit wants you to know that that's not true. Okay, so the very first thing that I got was 9763. All right, that equals 25, which breaks down to a 7. And that's about your spirituality, your spiritual life path. Okay, it's about your psychic abilities or your intuition. Okay, then I got the word Bellagio. And I didn't really know what that meant. I know that there's like a nail salon or whatever around me, like in Fort Worth, Texas, called Bellagio. But I realized that there's a like luxury resort in Vegas called the Bellagio. It's a big hotel, and it's known for its elegance. It's known for like having a bunch of fountains and like music and stuff like that. And so basically, the word Bellagio, it means beautiful land or landscape. Okay, Bella is beautiful. It means beautiful, and then geo is short for geography. Then I saw someone wearing a gown. I saw them wearing a pink gown. Okay, so I don't know if there's like a formal occasion or something like that. Okay, maybe that is something, a reason you're going to know if this resonates for you. Okay, but there, I saw someone in a pink gown. Pink, if you're going to a formal occasion or something like that, I'm not sure, but pink is basically, it symbolizes youth. It symbolizes good health, playfulness, nurturing femininity, right? Innocence. And then, I was picking up on all of this like weird, maybe physical symptoms. Okay. I was picking up on someone who had like fractures. Definitely got the word fracture. I definitely got frequent, this is totally weird, but I got frequent urination. Okay. Um, and so I also I picked up on like the little, the little ribbon, the little pink ribbons for like breast cancer. I picked up on that. Okay. So maybe someone is supporting breast cancer research. Maybe there is like some sort of event for that. Okay. I also picked up on, before that, I definitely got like breasts, or like, that's something that they show me, like breasts or in the breast area. And then I also picked up on the word steps. Okay. So someone is either taking steps or counting their steps. I picked up on a lot of health energy. I also got the name Susan, but then I kind of connected that to like the breast cancer, because you have like the Susan G. Komen Foundation. So I'm not sure if somebody is supporting breast cancer or something like that. Okay. Um, so then I got the word rupture. Okay. And when I got the word rupture, like I was led to like look up the actual um, definition of that. And rupture is a breach of peace or concord, specifically. Okay. Open hostility or war between nations. Okay. That's what that means. That's one of the first definitions for the word rupture. Also, it means the tearing apart of a tissue or rupture of the heart muscle, rupture of an invertebral disc, or like a hernia. Okay. A breaking apart or the state of being broken apart. Oh, hi, Rising 888. Thank you for subscribing. That's awesome. Thank you for joining me. So I'm not sure if that relates to someone's health rupture. Okay. I feel like someone feels like they're in a spiritual war. All right. And they feel like they're invisible. Like if you're feeling like your prayers are not being answered, there's definitely confirmation in this channeling that you are being heard. Okay. Because the next thing I saw, in my lovely little scribbles here. Okay. It looks ridiculous, guys, but this is how spirit gives me messages. Okay. I saw the name Sam. Okay. And whenever I looked this up, Sam is of Hebrew origin, and it means told by God or God hears. So someone could be praying for someone who has breast cancer, and the spirit wants you to know that you are being heard. You are being heard. Okay. I also got the word miracle. Miracle. And then I got miracle grow. All right. And it was spelled GRO. And I didn't even know that that's an actual like fertilizer. There's a lot of garden references in these channeling for some reason. But anyway, somebody might be trying to grow their own food. A lot of people have been led to do that with everything that's been happening, with everything that went down with like all of the crap that's going down lately. I'm not even going to get into it because I don't want to be triggering the algorithm. And then I got the word religious and the word rapture. Okay. I feel like there's going to be some sort of hardship that you are going to be snatched out of. Okay. If you've been praying, you're not invisible. I feel as though there's someone that I don't know who this is for, but there's someone who has been praying. You wrote the word miracle today? Yes, amazing. Rising 888. That's amazing. I feel like someone has been praying for something and they are not seeing results of it. They're not seeing the growth of it. And you're wondering, am I being heard? This is your confirmation. You are being heard. God hears you. Okay. Remember the name Sam. God hears you. You could have the name Sam. You could be praying for someone named Sam. There could be someone of the name of significance with the name Sam, or this could just be what the name Samuel means. It is a biblical name and it means God hears. Okay. Told by God. All right. So then I got Miracle Grow and I looked it up. That's like a plant food. So you guys might be changing your diet, or you may be encouraging someone who has some sort of cancer or is dealing with breast cancer to change their diet to a plant-based diet. Okay. Specifically an alkaline diet. You want to get your body in an alkaline state. Cancer cells cannot grow in an alkaline body, period. Okay. Then I heard siphon. Okay. So what you're doing is you're siphoning. There's two ways I'm seeing this. For those of you who are dealing with someone who has cancer, if your body is not alkaline, then what you're doing is you're allowing the cancer cells to it's like they're siphoning energy to be able to grow from you because of the state of your body. So you're by making your body alkaline, you're going to be siphoning the ability and the food from the cancer, the ability for the cancer to grow. Okay. And this could be on an energetic state as well, because the next thing I got was Orgonite. All right. That was the next thing I got was Orgonite. So I don't know if some of you guys are like trying to work with Orgonite or like getting Orgonite, but I'm going to explain to you what Orgonite is. If you aren't sure what this is. Okay. And this is coming from OrgoneEnergyFields.com. So I want to make sure that I talk about where this came from. Okay. Yes. Are you dealing with Orgonite, Rising 888? Because you got to make sure it's like authentic too. A lot of times people they'll sell it and stuff, like if you buy it on Amazon or Etsy and it's not authentic Orgonite. But anyway, let's get into this. So Orgonite is a mixture of catalyzed fiberglass resin with metal shavings, particles or powders poured into molds. You just received yours. Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. Okay. Particles or powders poured into molds. It is sent to attract etheric energy similarly to Reich's accumulators. Okay. Some people also add a couple of crystals to the mixture for their ability to make the energy more coherent or enhance the working of the Orgonite. Thus, Orgonite basically is a substance which functions as a self-driven, continuously operating, highly efficient energy transmutation device. Okay. Drawing in negative life energy and transmuting it into positive. That could be the siphon word that I got as well. The resin in Orgonite shrinks during the curing process, permanently squeezing the quartz crystal inside, which creates a well-known piezoelectric effect inside the crystal, meaning its endpoints become polarized electrically. This apparently causes it to function more effectively as a positive energy generator. Although crystals improve the function of Orgonite, they are not necessary for the Orgonite to work. So basically, you can build one of these devices on your own. That's good that yours is authentic, Rising 888. That's good. But yeah, you can make them into plenty of different shapes and stuff like that. A chembuster is made of copper pipes filled with double terminated crystals, sealed in resin and embedded in an Orgonite base. These are designed for property protection against chemtrails, EMFs, and negative energy produced from multiple sources. So this is a really good thing to have if you guys haven't thought of this, especially if you have a garden, because I didn't know this, but Orgonite technically, I'm going to read you some of the features and benefits of the Orgone technology. You can experience more vitality and restful sleep. Okay. I've got more tips on the restful sleep thing for someone who's not able to sleep. And that's something else I channeled that I'll get into. It can relieve mental and physical stress, right? It can aid in meditation and increase spiritual growth. I feel like that's another thing here with the number 7. I channeled the channeling I did yesterday or the day before yesterday as well. I got the number 7. So you guys are in some very spiritual energy. I feel like you are developing a lot of your psychic abilities and things like that. And I feel like some of you guys just kind of feel invisible or feel like maybe you feel like you don't have the power. There's like an apathy there. And I'll get into that as well in just a moment. But yeah, so this can also energize your food, water, and herbs and supplements. And it can also enhance the growth of vegetables and flowers when placed in the garden. There's someone here who has a garden. Okay. And there's like some sort of something that you need to know about. Maybe your garden needs to be fertilized. Maybe the irrigation or draining system, it needs to be adjusted in your garden as well. That's something else that I picked up. Also, you can create a more harmonious home or workplace. You can also protect yourself from negative energies, clear emotional and energetic blocks. That's a big one. I really feel as though with the spirit animal, the totem animal that I channeled, which I'll get into in just a moment, it feels like some of you guys are having to deal with some really deep, kind of like compartmentalized emotions. Okay. And I feel like this could help you. Spirit is saying that if you try to use the Orgone technology, could help you with that. Okay. It could help you clear the emotional and energetic blocks that you have right now. Okay. If you can easily cleanse absorbed negative energy by placing the Orgone in the sunlight for 1 hour each month. Each positive Orgone energy generator can be programmed and reprogrammed for special intent or manifestation. And it is a must-have for naturopathic, homeopathic, holistic, Reiki, healing touch and massage therapy, healing applications. So I feel like some of you guys are healers. And I feel like the spirit is encouraging you to try and work with Orgonite because this is going to help you enhance your practice. Some of you guys are like, I don't even want to say medical mediums, but like you're medical intuitives. There's someone here that's like a medical intuitive. And you could benefit from this, okay, from an Orgonite. Okay, so then I got the word gentle. Then I also got the word marvel. Okay, and we know that marvel is like comics, right? But the definition of marvel is to be filled with wonder or astonishment. So you're going to be like kind of astonished as to how something works. I feel as though there's going to be something that kind of expands or grows all of a sudden, like something shoots up out of nowhere and sprouts. This could be spiritually an ability, okay, or a new psychic awareness or ability, or this could also be, because we have the 7 here, or this could also be some sort of natural, like supernatural, like healing or healing ability that comes about. Someone is getting healed here. Someone is getting healed here from some sort of either breast cancer. I'm definitely picking up on breast cancer, or some sort of I'm definitely picking up on if it's a male that's getting healed from something. Because I got the frequent urination. There's some sort of either like cancer of like the male sex organs. Okay. I'm not really sure why that came up, but it did. So if that resonates with you. And then I got 5-HTP. Okay. And that it's for 5-hydroxytryptophan. Okay. So the body naturally produces this. It's an amino acid, but you can actually buy this at the store. And the 5-HTP, when you take it, this is an amino acid, right, that can be converted to serotonin in the body. Somebody here needs to fucking relax. Okay. Somebody here is like cranky and maybe isn't sleeping well. All right. And has a lot of depression issues or something like that. Okay. So that's very important. Someone here needs to maybe look into 5-HTP, because especially if you're trying to heal from something, it will help if you can sleep. Your body does a lot of the healing that it needs to when you're sleeping. Then I got the word sewer. Okay. I got the word sewer. And then I got earthworm. So this is a whole thing right here. Earthworm. This is amazing. Okay. The earthworm really is something that a lot of people think doesn't have a big, they don't, a lot of people don't think earthworms are worth as much as they are. Okay. I mean, they live in the dirt. They basically eat like organic matter, maybe things that are rotting basically. And they just kind of tunnel through the ground by expanding and contracting their body. Okay, there's something here because they recycle nutrients back into the soil for more growth. Okay, there's something that needs to be processed and transmuted. Okay, didn't we talk about transmutation, right? Orgone energy. It helps to transmute the negative energy into the positive. And the sewer, right? The sewer lines, they export out all of the junk, all of the waste that we don't need. And in reality, nothing is wasted. Okay. because we have the earthworm, right, that basically recycles nutrients back into the soil by consuming organic matter, like things like some earthworms consume dead leaves, some earthworms consume basically just dead organic matter. Okay, but as a spirit totem or a power animal, right, get this is what blew my mind. The earthworm helps you to discover your true self, right? They help you to discover your true self, and they help you to sharpen your psychic gifts. Okay. The earthworm can help you tune into earthly vibrations and help you to remain grounded. The earthworm is specifically tied mainly to the psychic gift of clairsentience. Okay, because they are deep within the earth and deep within the soil, they can feel vibrations in the earth that many other animals cannot. So they have an intimate tie to really all the psychic gifts. But essentially, they are, basically the earthworm as a spirit animal. Um, is clearly linked to clairsentience. So some of you guys are clairsentient beings, like you have the ability to feel the energies of others, and I feel like that has become much stronger for you lately. Okay, and if that's you, if I'm talking to you, then this message is for you. You are learning how to, as your abilities grow, you're learning how to transmute those energies. Some of you might need to improve your mood or improve your sleep or get out of like a depressive or apathetic state, which is why I channeled the 5 HTP, because you're learning how to transmute those energies. It's like some of you may have like Neptune in the first house or something like that, because you guys are like fucking sponges. If you go to like the grocery store or Walmart or whatever, like you guys need to do some psychic shielding or something because of how sensitive you are. I really don't feel like there's someone here I'm talking to. I don't know who this is for, but you're a sensitive, and if you're not like you're developing your abilities, but if you're not shielding yourself, okay, and learning how to cleanse and like sever yourself from other people's energies that do not belong to you, it's going to affect your mood. It's going to affect your health. It's going to affect your sleep, right? And the next thing I got, but I'm going to read some more about the earthworm totem animal, but me saying, severing yourself from other people's energies. That's why I think I got the word knife here. They showed me a knife, and a knife symbolizes severance. It symbolizes a separation. It sometimes symbolizes death or sacrifice. It can also symbolize a division. And remember, we talked about what I channeled before this, where we talked about rupture. The definition of rupture, right, can mean, where is it? The definition of rupture, I screenshotted it. It can mean open hostility or war between the nations. Okay, open hostility or war between the nations. So I feel like you guys are experiencing some sort of division. You may be separated from yourself, or you may be experiencing like spiritual warfare. And if you feel like you have been attacked, all right, definitely go watch spiritually or physically or whatever the case may be. Some of you feel like you're being attacked via your health, or one of your family members are. Go watch the channeling that I did, the automatic writing channeling messages that I did day before yesterday. Okay, that's on my channel. Go look for that because you'll find some messages there for you as well. This is about the knife with Buddhism. In terms of Buddhism, is symbolic of like when you cut with a knife, it symbolizes deliverance, right? Particularly from sickness. So someone's going to be delivered here from some sort of illness. Okay, but back to the Garfield, excuse me, that's coming up. The earthworm thing. So basically, the earthworm's ability to kind of connect to all the psychic senses, the earthworm is here to teach you who you truly are. There's an aspect of yourself that you're not aware of, okay? And I feel like if you are bringing me right into the Garfield thing, if you're in like an apathetic type of, like maybe a cynical type of energy, or maybe you're feeling like a lack of energy or laziness or something like that, this could definitely be speaking to the fact that there are aspects of yourself that you are not aware of. Okay, so essentially with the whole earthworm thing, this is about being, the earthworm is here to encourage you. The earthworm is here to enlighten you and ground you. Okay, it's here to show you just how sensitive you are, to show you who you are. Okay, and this is also about the earthworm is like an emblem of fertility, autonomy, and also choices. Some of you may be focusing on bodily autonomy or like your choice or something like that, your body, your choice or something. Okay, that could be very important to you right now. Just saying that definitely could be coming up. Okay, they have both male and female reproductive organs. All right, and they determine when they're going to have offspring within themselves. They choose for themselves. All right. So what else? They are also tied to the serpent or the dragon. Okay, because worm in Old Norse means serpent or dragon. So this is basically talking about how, basically in nearly all portraits, the worm is essentially talking about the veil of life and death, sickness and renewal. So someone is being healed from some sort of illness, okay, or someone is experiencing some sort of, you know, illness, or they're becoming conscious of whatever this unconscious thinking and feeling is. There's something that someone has been thinking or feeling, and they're not really aware of it. Okay. And so the earthworms, they kind of are like the intestines of the earth. They kind of help deal with the decomposition of matter, and they help to disperse all of these nutrients back into the soil. Okay. And they basically, this is giving it a connection to Mother Earth, protection, and healing. So whenever the earthworm comes into your life as a spirit animal or totem animal, it's really a time to look at your emotions critically, critical thinking. All right. So that brings me to the name Garfield. They told me Garfield. Garfield, right? That as a name is analytical, critical, opinionated. And the name, that's what it means. The name means analytical, critical, opinionated, or introspective, prophetic. Some of you guys might have prophetic abilities, philosophical, and typically is like a Christian, like boy name. All right. Now we know that some of, that may not resonate with everyone, but that's just kind of, if you look it up, that's what it'll say. So essentially, how I got the word Marvel, right? And that's like Marvel Comics. Garfield also originally was a comic. So somebody might be interested in comics. I know that's kind of weird, but somebody might be interested in comics. So this is really about, kind of blasting through any negativity and self-doubt that you have. Because this is about, the earthworm can show up to you whenever you feel like you're not worthy, or like you are invisible, like nobody sees my creativity. Somebody here is thinking, nobody sees my creativity, nobody sees my growth. Okay, you're being very critical of yourself. Okay, and essentially you may not even feel supported. There's someone here that does not feel supported. Okay, so the earthworm is here to tell you that you matter, and that the efforts that you are putting in makes a difference. Okay, so essentially this is, the earthworm spirit animal is here to counsel you through everything that you're learning. And really the earthworm is telling you that they want you to be open to every single lesson, because each and everything, every minute of your existence, there's something to be learned here. All right. So this is really just about you trying to shake off the dirt from your past so you can move on to whatever it is that you said. Nobody sees your creativity. You have been seen, though, and that's the thing. I'm sorry that you feel that way, but I'm so glad that you tuned in, because Divine really has put it on me with this particular message to show, hey, like somebody here needs to know that they are seen and that they are heard. Remember the name Sam. Remember, it means told by God, or God hears. So whatever you're praying, God hears you, or whatever you believe in, God's source, spirit, universal energies, whatever you believe in. Okay, I respect everyone's spiritual practices, whatever. You are being heard and you are being seen. Period, point blank. Okay. This is about you kind of shaking the dirt off of your shoulders, brush that dirt off your shoulders and pick yourself up and keep going. Do not stop. Okay. It's okay to take times of rest and everything like that. But if you're overly critical of yourself, all right, then really that's going to stop you from, I feel like there's a lot of deep emotions related to being overly critical. There may even be something deep within your psyche or deep within your emotional body that you need to heal, maybe from your childhood. Maybe you weren't acknowledged for the, oh, you're very welcome, Rising 888. You're very welcome. I'm glad this means a lot to you. Maybe you weren't acknowledged as a child for, your creativity, or even if it was the smallest little thing like this. My daughter actually made this for me. I love dragonflies, right? And my daughter made that for me, and so she was just so happy that I put it right here so other people could see it in my videos. Maybe there was nothing that was done for you in that way. And hey, whatever you do for creativity, Rising 888, please share it. If you have a social media, if you have anything like that, after the live, drop it in the comments. Okay. I'd be more than happy to go check it out, man. I'm interested. I'm definitely interested in seeing. So if you have a channel, if you have an Instagram, if you have a Facebook, whatever the case may be, drop that information so we can all go check it out. You are seen and you are heard. Okay. You really, really are. The spirit wants you to know that what you're doing is not for nothing. Okay. So that, let's talk about the show, like Garfield the cat, right? We know it was originally a comic, but we know there's a show. So he's typically described as someone who's lazy, who's cynical, who's sarcastic and smug, right? He hates Mondays, he hates diets. Okay, which could be why I got somebody wanting to change their diet or something. Okay. And remember, he has that talking scale, right? That was one thing that came up for me. Like, his weight is something that he gets ridiculed for all the time by the scale. Like, he tells, like, please don't tell me I'm fat, and then the scale is like, you're not fat, and it's just sarcastic, right? So maybe you feel overly ridiculed. Maybe you're feeling overly ridiculed. Maybe there's like that sense of like apathy, or like you're lacking the serotonin, right? Maybe you get that rush of dopamine whenever you like eat lasagna, because he loves lasagna. Maybe you're trying to quell that apathetic feeling by means of doing what he does. You know what I'm saying? By like sleeping all day, or maybe slipping into a little bit of a depressive state because you feel like you're a nobody. And this is the thing. You're not. You're seen and you're heard, right? Got the name Sam. That's of Hebrew origin. It means told by God, or God hears. And you are told by the divine to do what you do. You're told by the divine to create what you create. And that's the biggest thing about it that you don't need to forget. I feel as though if you just transmute, right? We got the word sewer, right? So if you transmute this energy, oh, you're on a cleansing diet. Okay, good. I'm glad this resonated with you. So if you are like the sewer, right? Cleansing diet, right? This is also about energetically about you transmuting everything, right? With the earthworm, he takes the dead stuff, right? They eat all of that, and then they put all of those nutrients back into the soil. He transmutes all of that dead stuff, right, back into something that is able to create more life again. It's like fertilizer for the soil. Okay, with the miracle grow, there's some sort of miracle that you are going to experience here. This is just as long as you are able to continue to keep on praying, right? Continue to keep on praying, continue to keep on creating. You are not a nobody, you are seen and you are heard. All right, spirit just wants you to continue. There's a lot here about transmutation of energy, right? With the Orgone, the Orgonite energy. This is really about you taking hold of your land, right? We got the Bellagio, which means beautiful land, right? This is about you taking hold of your land and taking hold of what's rightly yours. Okay, particularly inheritance, and I'm talking about spiritual inheritance. All right, and kind of going to war, knowing that to fight for what is yours, with by means of you came to this earth, you came to here on this earth and had the soul contract that you have to create what it is that you're supposed to create. And by doing that creativity, you are actually going to take hold of what is rightfully yours by means of spiritual inheritance. So there's a spiritual war going on, right? Remember what the definition of the word rupture means. So, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for saying that. I really appreciate that. But what I'm saying is, the word rupture, it's referring to a war. It is a spiritual war. So if you give in to feeling like Garfield, like, oh, Mondays, I hate Mondays. You know what I mean? Like, everybody can hate Mondays. It's Mercury retrograde right now, although this is a timeless reading. Okay. Everybody can hate Mondays. That's fine. You know what I mean? You can have days where you feel apathetic and lethargic and things like that. Okay. Oh, Pluto and Capricorn. So you guys might be dealing with digestion stuff anyways. Okay. Your stomach might be like, I'm definitely feeling that. But you are going to take hold of what is rightfully yours by continuing on with faith and knowing that you are heard when you pray, and what you create and what you do matters. Your existence here is not for nothing. Okay, just whenever you breathe, they're showing me the exchange. You know how plants, they put out oxygen, right? And then we breathe in oxygen, and whenever we breathe out, we put out carbon. Is it carbon dioxide, right? I think that's what it is. And so it's like a mutually beneficial relationship. So even just you breathing, your breath of life is meaningful. So do not feel like you are a nobody. There's someone out here who needs to know that you are not a nobody. Just because if you go to the gas station and you hold the door open for somebody that may be having a shit fucking day, you know, that may completely change and start a ripple effect in them. Like if they have never had anyone be nice to them, or never had anyone do anything for them that is even remotely close to, nice to them at all. I mean, that one little bit of kindness could change their world. So you are not a nobody. Let me read what she said. Miracle praying, creating Orgone and transmutation. P.S. Just to prove how good you are, I worked for 5 years for the Canadian Breast Cancer Foundation. There we go. So that's why I was picking up on all the breast cancer support and research and stuff. Okay. Yeah. So this was definitely for you. This message was for you. And thank you for your service in doing that. That is a very honorable thing. I think I can speak for us all whenever I say that that is very honorable. Thank you so much for that. And I feel like that is a confirmation for you that spirit is telling you, when these little things like that are are act as confirmations for you. Whenever that rings a bell with you, that's spirit's way of saying, like, listen, I'm going to drive the message home even more. Like, you and your creativity are seen, you are noticed. So if you are doing any type of like painting or whatever you're creating, I'm in. I want to know. Okay. I would totally love to check it out. Like I said, drop that thing in the comments, man, after the live. So drop it in the comments. That way everybody can see it whenever they replay this. Go check out Rising 888's creativity. Let's go support. That's the thing. That's what we're here for. All right. We are all here to create. We are all creators. And I think that's the creativity is where our divine spark comes in. And I think a lot of people forget about that. All right. Because in this world, it's pretty easy to forget about that, especially whenever you have everyone trying to say, like, well, if you don't have this kind of car, or if you don't have, like, everybody's all about manifesting and stuff. And they like things, but they're not really about raw creativity. I mean, people like to care so much about what's on the outside, but there can be someone who has raw creative power that is divinely and intuitively inspired, but they sit and wear the same shirt for 5 days because it's got their prana in it. You know what I mean? It's got their prana energy in it. So that's the thing is, shout out to all the people who feel like they're not being noticed. Shout out to all the weirdos, you know what I mean? The creative weirdos and the people that feel like, that they're not really making a difference with their existence. This message today was to tell you that you are, and that you are gifted, right? With this number 7, you may be a life path 7. Okay. You may be a name number 7. All right. Look that up if you don't know what I'm talking about. Especially if you're a life path 7, I'm a life path 7. That is a very spiritual life path. You are gifted. You are gifted. And you and your creativity is inspired by the divine. So don't give up. Don't stop. Don't give up. Specifically with this earthworm here, this earthworm totem, do some research on that, because the earthworm wants to reach out to you. The earthworm spirit totem or spirit animal wants to reach out to you. Okay. I just saw 33:33 on the clock. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. That's what I have for these channeled messages today. Thank you for humoring me with my scribbles. Like, this is what it looks like, guys. Like, these words I wrote down after the fact, like, I got this information from scribbling. I know that sounds really fucking weird, but this is how I got this information. So I just figured I would share it with y'all. I knew this message was for someone. So thank you so much for watching, and many blessings until next time. If you want to see more information like this or readings like this, I also do tarot card readings and oracle readings as well. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you'll know when I go live next time or when I drop videos in the future. Many blessings to you. You are noticed. You are heard by God, and you are not alone. You are not a nobody. You are somebody. You are a creator. You are a divine creator, and God hears you and God sees you. Many blessings to you. Sending light and love. Until next time. Bye.